Phantom of the Arsdale. It was a crisp autumn evening on the Arsdale Railway. The Blister twins were working to tidy the yards before the next day's work.
Here it comes!
But they were being very silly.
I've got it! That was a good one! Alright, back to you.
Whoa! Change the points!
Oh my! Oh! Not again! I believe this belongs to you two?
Oh, thanks, Rex.
Were you two playing catch with the trucks again?
What? I just biffed it a little.
Yes, we were. It got a little out of hand. Our apologies.
Aw, that's no fun. It's not like we derailed anything. Whoops.
Nice going.
You two should be more careful.
We're just having a little bit of fun.
Yeah, a little derailed truck never hurt anyone. We'll get it back on the line before going home.
I've heard that talk before. Stories from the old days of engines long ago.
Ooh, can you tell us?
Very well, but not right now. Come to the sheds tonight. We're going to be telling Halloween stories anyway. Only after you clean your mess up, though.
What do you think he was talking about?
I don't know, but if you don't clean up this mess you made, we might never find out.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Oh, hello you two. What brings you down here?
Rex said he was going to tell us a story. Something about old engines?
Oh, well then. Settle in, you two. It all began a long time ago, before this railway was even built. There used to be another railway that ran where ours now stands. Many engines came and went over the years, until the railway finally closed. Not much is known about what happened to the engines and staff. Some say the engines were all sold elsewhere, but many believe they were all abandoned, left only to roam what was once their little railway, and haunt whoever they find.
I have to say, I thought that was going to be scarier. Don't get me wrong. It's a good story, Rex, but it doesn't sound very believable.
It's true, though. I've had it happen to me. A few nights ago, I was taking my last train of the day. As I passed the junction to the mines, I heard strange noises, and a set of points even changed on their own. I nearly ended up derailing.
Whoa, wait! That's happened to you too?
What do you mean, Mike?
Yeah, I had a similar experience. Mr. Duncan was making me work late at the mines one night. As I was shunting, one of the lines was set towards the mines. Thankfully, I stopped before there was an accident, but no one knew why they were set wrong.
How strange.
And these all seem to happen at night.
What's the matter, Rex? You seem surprised.
Yeah, you were the one who just told the story.
That's the thing. That's all I thought it was, a story. But I didn't know anyone else experienced it too.
Did something happen to you too, Rex?
Yes, actually. Like Mike and Bert, it was last week, and I was late bringing a load of ballast from the quarry. As I was puffing through the forest, I kept hearing strange sounds, like a whisper. It was telling me to go away. but I just thought it was the wind playing tricks. But I could never make any sense of what it was.
There must be something out there for real then. And it doesn't want us here.
And it's been appearing frequently all in the last fortnight.
Well, those were some great stories. Yeah, good thing they're just stories. yeah, just stories. Come on, we better get going. Ah!
What happened to you?
You're never gonna believe this. I'd just finished working at the quarry, and my driver was talking to the manager. I was just sitting there doing nothing. Then, I don't know what happened. I started moving all on my own. It felt like someone else was in control. Thank goodness for the catch points. Once I was off the line, there was a loud bang and what sounded like a voice. It said, "Be gone." Then, nothing. It was so eerily quiet.
All the engines shared a worried glance. None of them could explain any of the stories. But they could all agree they needed to find out what was going on before something worse happened. The next morning, Rex was lost in thought as Bert was shunting hoppers onto the chute. I just don't understand. Nearly everyone had something different happen to them, so it's not consistent. Rex? Ah! Oh, not you two. Oh, sorry, Rex. Oh, I didn't mean to scare you. It's fine, Stafford. I guess I was just so deep in my thoughts that I didn't hear you arrive. Oh, I've been doing that a lot lately. Well, it's not entirely your fault. We're a little on edge today. There's some strange going-ons around the railway, and none of us can explain it. Oh my, that does sound scary. Oh, I'm sorry. I got so caught up in our situation. Is something wrong? No, I'm fine. I just need to drop off these parts for Frank. I best be getting back to the ads now. Good luck with whatever it is you're doing. Huh. How peculiar. Bart?
Oh, yes, Rex?
Where did you say you almost had your accident?
It was right before the junction near the quarry.
Mike and Frank's stories took place at the quarry too, weren't they?
Yes, and you said you were leaving the quarry, weren't you?
So there is a connection. I just have to do some more investigating after I finish my jobs. I just hope no one's working late tonight. Unfortunately, Rex's fears were soon realised. With Frank being repaired, Jock was sent to help at the quarry. He was nervous after hearing all the stories the night before, and was taking extra care while working.
Nothing yet. Oh, thank goodness for that. But the later I'm here, the more likely something could happen.
Whoa, Jock! Stop!
What? Oh no!
Everybody get clear!
Brakes! Brakes!
I'm trying, Jock, I'm trying. But nothing's happening. Ugh, I think we've done it this time.
You silly engine! You've destroyed our hut!
Oh, what will Mr. Duncan say? He's going to be so disappointed. Who are you?
Be gone! Be gone!
Come on, Jock.
Ah!
Whoa, it's just me. What's got you so jumpy?
It's nothing. Was everyone alright?
Yes, thankfully. But Mr. Duncan is expecting a word with us when we get home.
By the time Jock returned home, his story had already made it down the line. The small controller was waiting for him when he arrived.
Jock? What on earth happened? You're usually so reliable, but I'm hearing you didn't even stop until the workman's hut was destroyed.
I'm sorry, sir. I promise you I tried to stop, but I just couldn't. I don't know why.
Very well. I'll have the men take a look at your brakes in the morning. But this has put us in an awkward position, Jock. Frank won't be repaired for another couple of days, so we're down 2 engines. I'll have to pull the twins off their shunting duties.
Yes, sir. I'm very sorry, sir.
Alright, that will be all, Jock. I'll come see you in the morning.
Are you alright, Jock?
I'm really not sure, Bert. Everything had been going fine all day. Then, the last train of the day, this all happens. Now Mr. Duncan is cross with me, and he doesn't even know the full story.
Well, what is the full story then?
Jock explained everything. The engines were very worried. Not being able to stop is exactly what happened with Frank. You're lucky it wasn't as bad as his, Jock.
I suppose so, but there is another thing. After my driver had left, I looked across the quarry and there was this old man just watching me. He looked really angry, too.
Well, I mean, you did just destroy the workman's only break room.
But that's the thing. He didn't look like a workman at all. He didn't get any closer either. He just turned around and disappeared. And that's when I heard the whisper.
So, it isn't an engine we're looking for. It's a person.
But the question still remains. Who is he?
And why is he doing this?
Rex, you said there was a railway before us, right?
That's right.
Are there any engines that you know of that might have made it? Perhaps we could ask them if they know anything.
Well, the legend was never clear. Some say they were sold, but some others say they were abandoned. I don't know if...
Wait, there is one engine I can think of. Duke!
That's right. Those clergymen found him not long after the railway opened. Bert, you're a genius.
Thank you. Mike calls me that every day.
I say that ironically.
Who's Duke?
He was an engine that used to run on the old line. It's been so long since he was discovered that I'd forgotten about him. If anyone would know the history of that old line, it would be him.
One problem there. He's all the way on the other side of the island. How can we even talk to him?
Hey, Douglas! Can I ask a favor? Sure? Hello, my wee one. I've got a delivery for you. An old grumpy delivery, but a delivery nonetheless.
That kind of talk would never suit his grace, and neither would leaving my tender behind. Back in my day,
hello, Duke?
Huh? Oh, well, aren't you small? Wait a minute. I know where this is. It's home.
It is. Our railway was built on top of your old one, wasn't it?
Old one? Show some more respect, youngster. The Mitsoda is the pride of the island. Or at least it was.
Yes, it was.
Oh, my apologies. It's just been so long since I've been here. I'm glad to see it's all still running very well.
Thank you. We've done our best.
So I was told you needed to ask me something. What would that be?
Rex quickly explained everything that had been happening to Duke. By the time he finished, Duke's face fell. So, we thought, if anyone knew who it might be and what's going on, it would be you.
I'm afraid you're feeling the wrath of Mr. Howell.
Mr. Howell? Who is he?
The Mid-Sodor's darkest secret. The Howell family were great friends of the railway back in the day. They all used to work on the line. Mr. Howell and his son Clive worked in the mines, while Mrs. Howell worked in the station. They would often ride on the trains on their days off. They were the definition of the perfect family. That was until that fateful day. Mr. Howell and his son were helping clear out the area for a new mine. He decided to go on a break for lunch, but Clive wanted to finish the cutting he was working on before taking lunch. So Mr. Howell left him and walked to the workers' shed to have his lunch. Not long after he left, a delivery of trucks arrived to be filled, being pulled by our number 2 at the time, Smudger. He was known for his rough riding, especially in the quarries, and that day was no exception. As Smudger entered the quarry, he was going too fast, and he slid off the line. For once, his truck stayed on the rails, while the coupling broke, sending the trucks rolling out of control and straight into the new mine, knocking out the supports, causing the mine to collapse. Mr. Howell came out of the hut as the dust cleared.
Clive!
He ran to what was left of the entrance.
Clive! Clive!
A couple of workmen were able to make it out of the rubble, but Clive did not.
Oh, how awful.
It was nearly a month before he was found, but that was just the beginning of Mr. Howell's problems. The railway was already beginning to see its decline, and it was determined that if word of the accident got out, it would only make the inevitable closure come much faster. So no one ever spoke of it again, and the railway covered it up. I believe the story became weak support beams caused the collapse. Smudger was punished for his continued roughness and became a generator at the back of the sheds, and Clive was never mentioned by anyone. Mr. Howell was livid.
My son is gone, and the only thing you all care about is how it looks on the railway?
I'm truly sorry, Mr. Howell. Clive was a great man, but if we let this get out, the railway might close. You would be out of a job, your wife, everyone.
I couldn't care less about my job right now. The truth will come out one of these days. I'll make sure of it. If it's the last thing I ever do, you'll pay.
All right. I think it's time you leave, Mr. Howell.
No one took much notice of this, but Mr. Howell meant what he said. He continued to work at the mines. All that time, his hatred for the railway grew, and he planned his revenge. It started with little things, like secretly flipping the switch, or attempting to derail a rolling stock. Until he finally lost it. When the crew would leave their engines unattended, he would sometimes hop into their cabs and send them off on their own, only for them to derail. He was finally caught, but vowed he would always keep fighting. Last we ever heard about him, that he passed not long after. But every year, around the date of the accident, strange things always began to happen at the mines that no one could ever explain. The railway did eventually close anyway, and no one ever mentioned the Howells. I always assumed the strange occurrences were his doing, but once the railway was closed, there was no one around for him to haunt. I'd hoped he had found peace, but I see now that is not the case.
I don't know what to say, Duke. Thank you for telling me the story.
Well, perhaps you may be able to right the wrongs we were never able to.
We will certainly try. Thank you, Duke. And thank you, Douglas. Aye, good luck, laddie. Help the lad find his peace. Come on, old timer. Let's get you home.
Old timer? Well, I never. Of all the cheek.
That would never suit his grace.
Rex?
Mr. Duncan.
Rex, why was Duke here?
He, wanted to see how his old railway was getting on.
Uh-huh. Right, well, I'm going to have the Blister twins take over for Frank at the quarry today, so I'd like you to cover for them at the shunting yard, please.
Actually, sir, could I take over at the quarry tonight? I'm not good at shunting in the yard as they are, and I'd hate to make a mess of it.
Well, I suppose so, Rex, if that's what you really want.
More than you could know, sir. Thank you.
What has gotten into these engines lately?
You're the brave one. Why don't you just go? No way. I'm not going there on my own.
Neither of you two have to go. I've talked to the small controller, and I'm going to the quarry.
But Rex, aren't you scared?
Yes, but I think I know what needs to be done.
Well, if you say so, good luck. Stay safe.
I'll do my best. Rex worked at the quarry all day, keeping an eye out for anything suspicious. But he found nothing.
Come on, everyone. Let's clear out and go home.
Do you really think it's a great idea?
I hope so. Can't help but be a little worried. But what if it works, and we might not have to deal with this ever again?
I hope it does. I don't want to see you being dragged home behind Sigrid. We've had too much of that lately. Good luck!
I'll be right back, Rex. I need to visit the little driver's room.
I know you're there.
Go away. Leave this place.
No! This is my home.
Then I shall do the same as I did to your friends.
And what's that? Continue your foolish endeavour for revenge?
What?
Yes, Mr. Howell. I know who you are, and I know why you're here. Before you decide to, I don't know, run me off the line or derail my trucks, let me ask you this. Do you really think this is what Clive would have wanted?
How do you know that name?
Duke told me your story. I feel for you, Mr. Howell. I really do. But I don't think Clive would have wanted to see his father wasting away, trying to bring people and engines to the same fate.
You know nothing about what Clive wanted. He had a full life ahead and then nothing. And the railway covered it up.
They did, and it was a terrible thing to do. But that was then and this is now. The Mid-Sodor closed decades ago. You're messing with everyone who had nothing to do with it. Who's the real danger now?
I'm so sorry. I've done so many terrible things. Clive loved the railway. When he was little, it was all he ever dreamed about. Working on the railway. He was so thrilled when he was old enough to finally do it. And then for the railway, he loved to just turn its back on him and pretend like nothing happened. It was just too much.
I understand, Mr. Howell. While I don't agree with what you've done, I get why you've been doing it. If you leave our railway alone, I promise you, I will let everyone know about Clive and what happened. He can finally have the recognition he deserves. And I hope it will find you peace as well.
Now that's a deal I'd be glad to make. Thank you,
Rex, sir.
Thank you, Rex. You know, I bet Clive would have liked you.
It would have been an honor to meet him.
Alright, Rex. Let's head home.
I'd like to make one more stop before that, please.
Control said you wanted to speak with me, Rex?
Yes, sir. I think you're owed an explanation. Mr. Duncan listened carefully to everything Rex told him. By the time he had finished, Mr. Duncan was amazed. I'm sorry we didn't tell you sooner. I just wanted to get to the bottom of everything as soon as I could.
I see, Rex. While I am disappointed you didn't tell me sooner, especially with a phantom loose on the railway, I understand you had your reasoning, and I'm thankful you've let me know now. I'll contact the Sodor Times and be sure they know everything.
Thank you, sir. One other thing, sir. I had an idea that could show our appreciation a little bit more.
Oh, and what's that, Rex?
Morning, Frank. You seem to be in a surprisingly good mood.
You know what, Rex? I am. I never thought I'd actually enjoy being back at work, but after being shuttered up in an old workshop for 3 days doing nothing, it's nice to be out and about again.
Well, I'm glad. I'd like to stay and chat, but I have work to do. Those ballast hoppers won't wait for no engine. See you later. Right then, let's get to work.
Hello everyone, and thank you for watching Phantom of the Arsdale. Now, I know there's one big lingering question from the episode. What was Stafford doing? And what did he mean by...
Oh, I've been doing that a lot lately.
To answer that question, check out Mainland Studios' Silent Stafford. I won't give away the story, but you're in for a trick and a treat. So head on over there and have a watch. Enjoy, and happy Halloween!